Hi, my name is Charles. I'm a librarian at the Corvallis-Benton County Public Library in Corvallis, Oregon. I'm going to teach you to get ebooks and downloadable audiobooks on your smartphone or your tablet. We have 3 different services with ebooks and downloadable audiobooks on them. The first is cloudLibrary. We also have one called Overdrive. The app for that one is called Libby. You may be familiar with it. And RBdigital. So we'll choose one of those. And in a nutshell, we'll be downloading the app associated with that service, installing it, and letting it walk us through the setup process. I'm going to give you a lot more information than that, though. First, we're going to go to a website, our website, cbcpl.net/download, as in Corvallis-Benton County Public Library.net/download. On there, we can find more description of the different services, so you can make a choice of which to start with. Instructions you can follow along with as I walk you through the process, and also instructions for other devices. I'm going to talk about Android and iOS, but there are the Kindle and the Kindle Fire, and using a PC or a Mac, a computer, a desktop, or a laptop, all those things, it works a little bit differently on those, but we've got instructions for those too on that website. So off we go. Here I am on the website I was speaking of, cbcpl.net/download. Scroll down a bit. Now this will look different on a large screen. We're looking at this on my phone right now. Here are the different services I was speaking of. cloudLibrary, personal favorite, Overdrive, very big, but unfortunately very long wait times for books on hold, and RBdigital, which is small but has some exclusives that can't be found in either of the other platforms. Instructions for different devices so you can follow along. Down at the bottom here, you'll see Kindle, Kindle Fire, etc. And the instructions for those are a lot different than the ones that I'm going to walk through today. But here they are for your use if and when you're ready. For me, I'm going to tap Android and cloudLibrary instructions, and I'll essentially be following along with these, starting with getting the app in the App Store, or the Play Store as it's called on Android. I've already typed it in, searched for it, found it. I'm going to tap Install to get that going. It's going to take a minute to download here. I'll mention that on Apple devices, in the App Store, the one you're looking for is usually, it's coming along fast right now. The one you're looking for is usually a little bit down from the first result. The first result is typically an advertisement. So pull the screen up a little bit to see cloudLibrary, Overdrive, RBdigital, what have you, and then install it from there. I'll tap Open Now, and it's going to walk me through the setup process. It's in English already. I don't need to change the language. Personally, I can tap the screen anywhere to continue. Tap in the upper right here just for fun. Now it's going to help us narrow down my location so it can guess our library, and I'll help it out. Country at the bottom here, United States. State, region. Here we are, good old Oregon. Select library. Apparently we're one of just 5 libraries to use cloudLibrary in Oregon. Corvallis-Benton County Public Library. I'll tap Next. There's some interesting literature to read here if you choose. I'm going to tap Accept. I've had a look at them before. And I'm going to put in my library card number and ID. I tapped Login, and it wants to tell me a little bit about the new features of the app. I'm going to skip it. I don't find them particularly interesting. It's telling me I can view this tutorial anytime I want. And here we are, our welcome page. The important bits are along the bottom here. Search is what I'm going to start with first here. Search is actually also for browsing. So if I scroll down, I can see books and audiobooks that were just added, some that are popular now, some that are trending. I'm going to look for an audiobook here. Let's say this one on the left, The Perfect World of Miwako Sumida, is the one that I want. I'll tap that, scroll down a little bit. I can save it for later to put it onto a list of things to read later, but because it's checked out, I can't read it right now. I'll choose to hold it, and that way when it's available, I'll get an email notification, and I can come back to the app. It's asking me if I want to enable email notifications. My email address goodness, I'll have to hide that somehow, is already in there. So I'll tap apply in the upper right corner. And my hold is placed. I'll show you where that hold went a little bit later. I'm going to back out of here now from the upper left back arrow. I want instant gratification. I'm going to tap filter in the upper right now. Missed it. Got it. All right. I want audiobooks. So let's toggle that on. And I want under the availability section, I want available now. I'll toggle that on. And I'm going to tap apply in the upper right. And it's hidden everything else. So I'm going to scroll down. Kids' favorites. Under the radar is a list that one of our librarians puts together of very interesting, sometimes unusual books. It's an excellent list. I'm going to tap that and scroll down. And this should be available now. In fact, it is. So I can play a sample if I choose. But I'm going to jump right into borrow. And then right into listen. And it will begin downloading it right away. We can't see the cover of it because the download icon is above it, but you can see the download circle is filling out as it downloads, and we can start listening to it even before it completes the download. Let's see what we get.
By Shukufe Azar, narrated by Priya Ayar.
Excellent. That's what we want. To get out of this, we can tap the back arrow in the upper left. Now, if this were a book, we'd be in an interface which looks probably familiar to you with pages instead, and you would change the pages by swiping from left to right or right to left. And there'd still be that back arrow to get out of there. Now, I'm going to use the back arrow again to get out of book details, back to our essential homepage where we can see that menu with 4 items along the bottom here. And I'm going to pretend that I got out of the app, shut down my phone, turned it on again, waited for it to boot up, and I wanted to get back to my book. Well, let's remember where I left off while I was listening or reading. But it may not bring us straight back to the book. But you can tap My Books, which is second from the left in this list down here. Here it is. And you can tap Listen right there. Now, I can also tap Return to return it early, which is excellent because if you're done with it and someone else has waiting to listen to it, as a courtesy to that person, you can return it early. Also, anything I've placed on hold here before should be up in holds, right up there. Here it is, the perfect world. More information about eBooks, well, they check out for 3 weeks. They automatically return, so you don't have to return them early. They just return themselves. If you haven't finished it, you can check it out again as long as no one else has placed a hold on it. If they have, you can place another hold. If you have any questions about the process, we encourage you strongly to contact us. You can give us a call at 541-766-6702. That's 541-766-6702. We are still answering phones and checking messages. We will get back to you. You can also email us at askalibrarian@corvallisoregon.gov. That's askalibrarian@corvallisoregon.gov. Enjoy your downloadables.